get to know your way around there, how it feels, and the stuff that are around. Then uh, the upper week will probably see you, you know, finding alerts, finding logs. When someone gives you logs, you know where to go and find them. Then you should be wrapping up with writing your reports, knowing how to document an alert or document a record once you are in the same tool and the same environment. That by the time you're done with these couple of things, level one experience is 80% covered for anyone who finds himself in this field, because those are the core basic job roles you'll be doing. Especially you'll be helping the level two guys with doing this heavy lifting, sorting, reporting, watching, monitoring, sorting, reporting, monitoring. Level two guys will be in charge of taking the reports that level one guys have brought in, going a step further, revalidating them, then also doing some analysis on them, maybe checking if they are really true positives or false positives. Talking about true positive and false positive, what does it mean? Do you know what it means? What's the difference between the two of them? True positive and false positive.
I don't know what you mean.
Assignment number one. I hope you are still keeping track with your AI assistant, right?
Yeah, yeah. True
Okay.
positive is a correct prediction where a positive case correctly identified as positive.
You said
While
true positive is what?
uh, true positive is a correct prediction where a positive case is correctly identified as positive. I don't know
Okay.
if that is
Go ahead. What's the second one?
okay. I have I have just done a uh, counter empire, or what we call it. So a true positive is a security alert that correctly identifies an actual malicious activity.
Mm-hmm.
A false is an alert that incorrectly flags legitimate and benign activity as a threat.
Okay. For example, logins. Someone actually does what he's supposed to do, and the security tool flags it as okay, an alert. So when you go through, you find out that okay, this is normal now. This is supposed to happen. So see, you have to also watch the volume of noise that comes out from a SIEM tool. Okay, so we're going to be looking at a lot of things mm, in that regard. Okay, so security monitoring with Wazuh. Let's move on. Like I was saying, we're going to speed up with what we already started last week that we couldn't continue because of internet. So I'm going to be fast in these areas that we've touched before. But please, if there is any question, always remember to call me back and ask me. Okay?
All right.
Yeah. So we said that at the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand the concepts and purpose of alerts in SOC environment. Also identify and interpret the core properties of an alert. Then differentiate between events, logs, and alerts in a SIEM tool. Then you should be able to recognize how different platforms like the same EDR also handle alert management. Then also perform a basic alert triage as a level one Analyst. Then prepare to implement these concepts practically in your Wazuh tool. Introduction. An alert, we say, is the lifeblood of a security operations center. Without an alert, there is no visibility. Every detection, incident, or breach investigation begins with an alert. So a well-managed alert can prevent a cyber attack, while a missed or ignored one can lead to devastating data loss. So this particular lesson introduces learners to the alert life cycle. Okay, from event generation to triage and resolution. So let's see how it goes from an event to alert. Before an alert is created, events must occur and be logged in. Before an alert is created, events must occur and be logged in. So let's look at the stage, the descriptions, and the examples. The first one is event. And we say that the event is a single activity that occurs in a system. Event is a single activity that occurs in a system. Example, user login, file execution, file creation, network connection, etc. While a log is a record of the event stored by the system or application. That event that has been stored is a log. Windows event log or firewall log. And I think I have an example of log here. Let me see. Okay, so this is an example of a log. You see, we have a description, we have a destination, we have a source IP, we have the source network, and probably what happened, or some transparencies behind there. Can you see what is on the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So what is an alert? An alert is a notification generated by the SIEM tool or the security tool when specific criteria or correlations are met. Example, multiple failed login attempts detected on server 1. Now let's look at a sample flow. The user login, and it was dictated by Windows processor, and Windows processor logged in that particular event. Now it was not sent to Wazuh. Now it is in a record form. Then Wazuh matches it to know whether it catches or it matches any of the criteria. And on that process, an alert is created. Then the analyst reviews. So this workflow allows SOC analysts to focus only on relevant high-risk activities rather than millions of daily logs. Like we learned in part 1 or in section 1 that there can be possibility of millions of logs passing through a system daily, which makes it daunting to work with. So alert management platform overview. So we have the SIEM tool, and the examples are Wazuh, Splunk, Elastic SIEM. We'll be using the Wazuh in our training. Maybe when you get into some industries, heavy industries, they might be using the Splunk or Elastic SIEM. But the setup and the core findings or factors remains the same, because Alerts or records are records. Those things does not change. IP address in Wazuh is IP address in Splunk, and is IP address in Elastic SIEM. You understand what I mean? So the core things you should be looking at for do not change, but the designs of the systems and the workings might be what to change. Description. This same centralizes and correlates logs from multiple sources of data just to detect threats. So they do centralized and correlation data logging so that they can, filter them out and do their magic. On EDR and NDR, we've seen examples like CrowdStrike, Defender for Endpoint, etc. Their description, they detect and respond to threats directly on endpoints or network layers. Under SOA, which is security orchestration, automation, and response, we have Cortex SOA and we have Splunk SOA. So what does it do? It automates alert trials. It makes the work faster and easier. It brings automation into what you're going to be practically doing manually. So the SOA tool automates those processes. Incident and ticket management. We have the Hive, we have Jira, and what do these guys do? They are like reports, platforms for reporting. They track, assign, and manage alerts and incidents with SOC workflows. Key properties of an alert. Okay, we saw this last week. We said the alert time. So that when the alert was created by the SIEM, not really when it happened, but when the SIEM, saw it and created it, that's what we call the alert time. Event happened on 10:05 and the alert was created on 10:07. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Alert name, yes. Summary or rule name triggering the alert. Let me check the one we saw whether there is time and date. Okay. March 21st, 2025. Okay. Description. Alert name. They say that summary of the rule name triggering the alert. Most times they use what happened as the name. Multiple failed SSH logins detected. Alert severity. This indicates urgency, the factor that helps us indicate urgency. We have the low, we have the medium, we have the high, or it could be uncritical. So whichever one it is, you know where and which of the alerts to treat fast and first. Alert status. The progress of the alert is what we call the alert status. Is the alert still new? Has it been unassigned? Has it been assigned? Is it in progress or has it been closed? So what is the alert status on this particular um, alert?
Awaiting action.
Good. So let's see. What is the alert status on this particular one?
This one is closed.
Good. So now this happens.
Sorry,
Yes, go ahead.
I mean the tool, this screenshot we are looking at, what tool is it?
That's what I wanted to explain. So this, where these alerts are created, like I said, is like a reporting tool. Okay, and it
Yeah.
is used to assign analysts the alerts they should look at for. So it is used for alert management, just like reporting tool. Okay, and it can be Jira. I think we had it on top. It can be Jira. It can be the Hive. It can be anyone. But some companies use the Hive. Some companies use Jira. While some companies use their custom own. But the main thing is the features are all the same. You look out for the time, you look out for the name, you look out for the severity, you look out for the status, you look out for verdicts. Sometimes the verdict, all these things, they will be left open. If you think it is a true positive, you update it as a true positive. Then the assignee, okay, those ones are always important. They are not hard to find whenever you come across the tools that the companies are going to be using. So the class is to bring your alertness to something like that that exists. And with also good preparation, you might have to simulate ours too, so that you still get a hands on how it looks like. So alert assignee, just like we just saw now, the alert analyst responsible for the triage. If you are being assigned a particular alert, then you are the assignee, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you are the one responsible for the triage to work on it. So alert description. This explains logic, risk, and triage steps. Example, detected PowerShell execution with suspicious parameters. We detected PowerShell executions that included suspicious parameters. This is an alert description. Let's look at a description. What's the description on this one that is on the screen? Read it out.
Sorry, my mic was off. This
Okay.
rule detects a creation of a double expression file like pdf.csv or vir.ink, often used by hackers in phishing attacks to trick users into opening the malicious executable.
Execution. Yes. So they are uh, this is what a description normally looks like. Alert description explains logic, risk, and triage steps. On the alert fields, we see that the key details used in the investigation. These are key details. You don't miss them, even if you are working in with Microsoft, working with the smallest or the biggest companies. These kind of fields are very, very important. They are important. We have the IP address, we have the command line, we have the host name. In this, we have the host. Host is who the thing is happening to. We have the process name, we have the process user, the target file. So by the time you see some of these important tags, you will, let me check some, I'm coming. Okay, like this one too. This one has a source IP, it has a destination, it has a source network. When you open the Wazuh and you open any alert on the Wazuh, you will be greeted with an extended report or log. Inside those log, you will find these stuffs that we are talking about. Just a minute, I want to open stuff. Okay, let me share this. So let me go to high severity alerts, and Let's see what we're going to find.
Is this Wazuh? Is this what
Yeah,
Wazuh looks like?
yes, this is Wazuh
My
event.
my Wazuh of the IP has refused to load.
Yeah, yeah. I found out that I woke up this morning. I found out there was a massive network refresh or reset. Some of the platforms have changed IP address. So Wazu is currently on 108.108. So later you update it. Wazu is currently at .108. Previously it was on 109, right? .109.
Let me,
Currently now is on .108.
yeah, 109.
So later you change it. Meanwhile, remind me, I should get you those logins probably before tomorrow or before at the end of tomorrow's class. You need to start looking into the platform. You really, really need to. So now let me open this particular log. You see, it has a timestamp. It has an ID. It has an agent ID. It has an agent name. It has a lot of information that will help the the analyst to work. So those are alert fields. Those are alert fields, and they are very, very important. The last one, alert verdict classification. So the analyst's decision on whether it is a real threat or just a false positive. So we have, that's why I was asking you about the true positive and the false positive. So picking the right alerts, prioritization logic. When reviewing alerts, you filter, exclude alerts already being handled or resolved. There's no need of going back to the ones that has already been solved. You fix that. You look for new ones, especially the ones that have that are critical. You sort by severity, handle critical, high, medium, then lower alerts in that order. I think there is a network break. Just a minute. Yeah, we had a switch. Like I said, I don't know what happened to the network this morning. I woke up and I found out that it had randomly switched the IPs. It's all right. I've connected to the redundant one, the second one. Once that one comes back on, I'll have to go back to it because that is where the tools are being powered in. Okay, so you sort by the severity and you sort also by time. Begin with the oldest unresolved alerts. You have to begin with orders unresolved alerts. Most times when you get into the industry, your SOC manager might give you a playbook or a handbook or tell you, okay, this is how we do it here. This is how you can do it here to meet up to your, to your logs. They might assign you between 10 to 25 or 20 alerts to triage in a day, depending on how much is coming in.
I ask a question, please.
Yes, please ask.
It has nothing to do with the class, but if if maybe I get a job now, maybe as an intern or as a level one stock analyst, I think the company will at least put me through some form of training. They will just offer.
Yes, they will give you a soft landing. They will. When they see your background and your experience, knowing that you're not a novice, you have some pecs on your fingertips. So they take you in, meaning you have a reduced cost of retraining. So with any little training they gave you, especially with their SOCs, standard operating procedures, SOPs, it will be faster for you to pick up. So there will always is a rule. They have to always give you a landing spot, give you where to how to do the stuff you're meant to
All right, sir.
do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Carry on.
yeah, they you sort by time. You begin with the oldest and the unresolved alerts. This ensures timely action on high impact threats while maintaining efficient workflow management. Alert triage workflow. Step one, initial actions. When they assign the alert to you have to assign the alert to yourself in the same tool, possibly in the Wazuh. You mark it as in progress. Then you review the alerts metadata. You look at what is in this alert. The name, the description, source IP, user, and timestamp. So when you get an alert, you review the metadata that has been attached to it. The name, the descriptions, the source IP if it's coming from somewhere, the user, the timestamp usually below. Most times you have to dig deeper into getting some of these informations, but on a norm, they all should line up in that particular alert log. So everything you're looking for will be in that alert log. Then step two is your investigation. You have to check related logs and preceding or succeeding events in the same. For example, if someone hacks into a system by 10 o'clock, there is a possibility that before 10, probably around 9 or 8, he must have stepped into the network, right? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he must have stepped into the network and found his way around before that hacking or that is what's it called happened. Then after 10 p.m., after he has gotten access, few hours ahead or even days ahead, you might be also lucky to find out that some of his trails are still counting. Go ahead, ask a question.
Okay. Because uh, I'm not invest
Your
many
network, I can't hear you. No, is faint. I can hear you a bit now.
Okay. So I was saying If an attacker gains access to a network, let's say by 10 a.m., and uh, I am able to see the alert, or I'm getting the alert like maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, is there a possibility that the attacker must have maybe gotten what they want within that 5 minutes that I'm not aware or that I've not gotten that alert? And if they have gotten what they want, maybe they need the file, they're taking the file, how do I resolve it?
Okay. What you ask is a very important question. And in as much as I will appreciate the zeal to to know more, I would still advise you to take it one step at a time. First of all, I will give you the scope, give you everything, so you have an idea. Then, but you still have to follow the steps. Number one, depending on what the attacker is looking for. Before the attacker comes in and attack, he must have done level one. Remember the 7 stages of cyber kitchen, right? You remember? Are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I remember, I remember.
So he must have done some information. So that means if you check before, you might have seen him here in stage one, where he's gathering information, where he's trying and looking around in the system. When he gets what he feels that looks like that will work, he will now enter stage two. He combines the vulnerability of that system with a payload and creates a weapon. Then he delivers, just for you to know when you are seeing him, or before you are seeing him, he has gone past stage one, stage two, delivery. Now the weapon has been delivered to the target. Then exploitation is when he starts exploiting the vulnerability in the target system. That's when you say, ah, they have hacked me. Oh. When you say they have hacked me, oh, it's not actually when they have hacked you. They must have done step one, step two, step three. You're only seeing the result of all those things. So let's say the system found him on exploitation stage or picked it up on delivery. He still has installation, command and control, and action on objective. If you are able to find him on time and stop him before he completes his actions, then that would be a good work. Remember, when he gets to command and control, it means he has installed a way of calling himself back even when you eject him out of the system. Then the last stage is when he starts stealing or doing the things he wants to do. So the earlier the enemy is detected and stopped, the better. Why these 7 stages of cyber kitchen is here is for you, the analyst, to know, so that when you see movement, you can say, okay, this is the stage this person is. For example, in this log by the right, we see full log 2025, the date, the time, Wazuh system, PAM system. Okay, session open for user. This session was open for user. Okay, this is an initial stage. And if you look at, there's something we call the the MITRE attack framework, which explains where each of these actions fall in. Let me see. Rule level 3, rule ID 5501. Let me get. Oh, I'm not yet in the, what's it called? The other network. Let me check if it's back so I can connect to it. Because if I touch our Wazuh now, the network powering it is not connected. So I'm connected to the redundant network just in case that first one fell. So let me connect back to it now. So most of these rule is 800. Most of these things is things you're going to invest your time to understand, to read and understand, just in case new and what's it called updated systems comes up. Let me check whether you guys can. Hold on, it's coming. It's not yet up, so let's continue with the network we have. You're still there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here.
So, okay. So most of these rules, for example, this rule ID will let us know when we go into it more, it should let us know this particular step, what it represents, where the person is going to, and how the person intends to get to where he's going to. So the earlier you find the the threats, the earlier you know where, and with the wisdom and the knowledge you already have as a SOC analyst, you should now know which level this person is. What will he do next? That means, if you are thinking that way, you're already thinking or working like a level two analyst. Okay, so some of these things are also what qualifies you to work in a level two platform, which gets you more training. But for now, your own is as a level one, you report and push it to uh, level two. So let's look at. I think I have a little yes. Right. So when you start, you prioritize the alerts and select first the ones that are first. Then you assign it to yourself. Then you move the alert in progress. Then you read the alert name and description. You note the alert fields like the host, IP, user, etc. Then you check if there is a workbook in place, depending on the company you're working in. If there are workbook in place and you follow the steps in the workbook, then make your verdict whether it is a true positive or a false positive. If there are no workbook, you just investigate the issue in the same tool. You know, do some basic triaging analysis, check on your virus total or any other threat intelligence platform. Then you make your verdict. Okay, I think this is a threat or I think it's not a threat. Then you say, I think this is a true positive or it is a false positive. Then, depending on that, you will now decide, are you dropping the alert or are you escalating it to the level two? Once it is bad that needs to be escalated, you escalate it to level two, which he will now take the whole circle again. But if it is bad, you add your comment and move the alert to closed, meaning it doesn't is a false positive. So this simple workflow gives you a little idea of the parts and what it takes to run an entire circle. Do you understand? Or do you want me to explain again?
I got it, sir. I got it.
Okay. So also, I don't think this is inside the material. I need to be reminded to add these shots
I
inside
also
the material. Yeah, please remind me so that I'll add these three shots inside the material. So step one, initial actions. You assign the alert to yourself. Then you mark it in progress. You review the metadata that have been attached to it. Then step two, your investigation. You check related logs before and after to see whether this an attack that is in progress or the one that just ended, or it is just a false positive. When you identify affected entities like the system, user, process, or IP, you consult the organization's playbook or workbook to know how to move ahead. Then you also verify your findings using threat intelligence feeds. Like I said, you might go to VirusTotal or Abuse IP to get enriched information about your targets or the alert. Then once that is done, you go to step three where you disclose your verdict. Either you classify it as a true positive or a false positive. Then also you update your alert status accordingly. Then step four, you document, record the analysis steps, indicators, and the outcome. If the alert is a true positive, you escalate it to the officer above you, which is L2, or the incident response team. If it is a false positive, you close it with a comment, and that will be all for that particular alert. You move on to the next one. So we all know what Wazuh is. If at this point you don't know what Wazuh is, then what should we do to the person?
It's not my mom to say I got something and
Yeah, I will take the person back to class one. Go back to class one. So Wazuh is an open source security information and event management tool, and also it is an XDR. This is added this recently. And XDR means extended detection and response platform. So Wazuh is both a SIEM tool and also an XDR, extended detection and response platform. And it's used by SOC teams. Man, feeling dizzy. It's used by SOC teams for first collection, log collection, threat detection, file integrity monitoring, FIM, that stands for FIM, vulnerability detection. Also, Wazuh can also be used for compliance monitoring. It can also be used for incident response, and that is Wazuh. So for level one analysts, they typically use Wazuh for viewing alerts, running basic triage, checking affected files, users or processes, reporting incidents to L2 or the L3, then writing simple detection rules. This is a stretched goal. It's not really a workload for a level one analyst, but it's a stretched goal for some people. So level one analysts, they have pretty little to moderate use of the Wazuh. Let's take a look at the Wazuh architectures a bit. We have the Wazuh manager, which we call the brain of the system. It also processes logs and matches rules and also creates or pumps out the alerts. And we're talking about the Wazuh manager. The exam that I took yesterday, a lot of questions were coming everywhere. Some of them were coming from some of the things I taught you guys that you guys already know. Some of them were coming from higher grounds. Some of them were coming from lower grounds. No, when you're studying, you study high and wide. You never can know where questions will come from. Even those the questions they will tell you, okay, we are focusing on this particular area. You should also be able to study a little bit wide. So we said that in the Wazuh architecture, the Wazuh manager takes care of it is the brain of the system, also processes logs, matches rules, and creates alerts, etc. Then the Wazuh agents, these guys runs on endpoints. For example, if the system that is carrying the application we want to host is a Windows system, that we want to watch or monitor is a Windows system, we install agents into that Windows system to track and monitor that application. If it is a Linux system, if it is a Mac OS system. Also, the agent collects the logs, monitors the files, and reports activities to the manager. Then we also have the Wazuh indexer, the open search, which stores alerts and logs, enables search and dashboard. For example, here, if we want to do a search, this is a search manager. If you want to do a search, you could just search for a particular incident. Search. The the tool or the section that enables that is the Wazuh indexer, the open search. Then finally, the Wazuh dashboard, which we're a bit familiar to. The web UI for viewing, it is a web UI for viewing the alerts, the security modules, agent status, frame changes, and also you can also see the vulnerabilities. So it is just the general, dashboard view. General dashboard view. That's IP, that's internet, what's it called? Reset. It touched a lot of things. So I'll still have to go back and update the new IP addresses across the systems. For example, some of the agents are supposed to be seeing or reporting through the Wazuh, but they are now reporting to a wrong IP address. I don't know whether you understand what I'm explaining. So their address has been changed, so they cannot point to the direct location of what they are doing. So I need to go change their address and make it to be new. Just like when you try to access the Wazuh, it was not opening, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So until I told you that the new address is now on .108. I just found that out this morning. So that is all in the introduction to the alerts, events, records, and the Wazuh itself. So by tomorrow, hopefully, we will start looking into, we will analyze a report and see the contents of a report. We'll do analysis of reports, the content, and how to navigate the Wazuh when looking at the contents for the content. So we will be doing that tomorrow, hopefully.
All right, man.
Then also, uh, if I'm very strong before tomorrow, I should generate your user your credentials for the Wazuh. Or let me see, try this. Let me see whether because in the morning I saw that you're connected. Your machine was already trying to connect to the Wazuh as of early morning or early hours of today. When I
Yeah,
came
that
on,
was when
I
I
came
was
online, I
surprised.
saw you. Yeah, I came online, I saw you. I said, "Wow, this guy is connected. He's online." I said, "Okay." Who knows? You see, other guys. Francisca is not connected. She's not online. You see. So Valentine also is not online. So and you guys come online, I'm able to see. And the more you come online, the more dollar they take away from my card. And that is why I want you guys to hurry and finish up your payment. Those people that are owing, they know themselves. Anybody that is owing in the program know themselves. Hurry up and finish their
Yeah,
payments.
so about that, I hope month end or first week of next month will not be late.
No problem. You just stick to it and make it happen. Okay,
All right.
so let's see how it goes tomorrow and with the credentials. So
Okay.
try and change the IP address. Like I told you, put it in 108. If it opens, you let me know. I will send you a test login credentials so that you could look around. If it works, look around it before I'll get you your own.
It has opened.
It has opened, right? Okay, so if that's the case, then let's take these credentials and access it. Let's see. I want to paste it on our message, our call message on this Google call.
Okay.
Mm, okay, I've sent it. So run with it. Check whether this Dolby login will open. If it opens, confirm. You start looking around. But I'm expecting you to get some hookups, just like where is it? Where is it? Just like I'm trying to get around because of the. Okay, I'm not even connected to and stuff. No problem. Just log in. If it gets you in, you look around and update me later. And have a
If
nice day.
I have a question, please.
Okay, please go ahead.
You mentioned something that every time we log in, a dollar is knocked off of your account. If that is the case for you, let's assume after the classes and I want to make use of Wazo and everything. How do I go about that?
The the funny thing is that the lab is open for everyone that has registered. For example, the three of you guys, okay, that are already currently in this program for this particular session, okay, a particular amount has been paid to cover you guys access. That is why that's why I told you guys I'm looking at reducing you people to 6 months access instead of 1 year. But let's see how it goes anyway. So whenever you want to go online, all I have to do is just you let me know. So if the server is connected or if it is disconnected, I'll just turn it on. Okay, just let me know.
All right. Sir.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.
Yes, okay, sir. Thank you.